Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I am Jason, your host. Let's do an update about the doggies. Bertie's fine as normal, just crazy Bertiekins. Beryl is actually not too bad at the moment. She's not losing any more weight, and to put it in perspective, I'm feeding her twice as much food as Bertie. Now Bertie's twice the size of her, but I am feeding her twice as much food and she isn't gaining weight. So that's what the cancer does to you. So she's definitely getting more nutrients and that from what I'm getting. So, and every time I take them down and let them out like 4 or 5 times a day, I always give them a little treat when they come back in from outside. It's a motivation for them to come back in. They've been good dogs when they've come back in from outside. But Bertie it's just basic. It's usually just the dry kibble, the dry dog food. And so every time that happens, Bertie gets like a quarter of a hand of dog food, of the little dry bits, and she gets like a full handful. And I have to make sure she eats hers and he eats his. And still, even with that, she's not gaining weight, but she's sort of stabilised. But that's the way it is. So as long as this carries on, she's good because she'll have more energy, that. Even though the tumour is very, very slow growing, as long as it doesn't damage. The thing is, what will happen is this: one of two things. Either she loses so much weight that she can't go on, and I have to put her down, have her put down. Or the cancer will finally hit something that does damage to her and causes discomfort. At the moment, it's not. At the moment, she's still okay. She's still happy. She's still investigative. She's still got good spirits. She still barks when people come to the door. She's still doing a guard dog routine and all that. She's still doing all of that. So she's not in any actual discomfort. She's still lively. This will continue for as long as it can, hopefully. And I'll just make sure that I feed her as much as possible. And whenever I have if I do a takeout at any point in time, the dogs always get, like I might order something like a BAP from there's a great big BAP that the local place does. Now I can eat the bacon from there and the cheese. It doesn't affect me, especially now I'm on Huel. I can have that if I want. But I can't have the sausages. So the 2 or 3 sausages get split between the dogs. And I mean, he doesn't know the difference. Bertie eats stuff so quickly that I could give him 10 times the amount as Beryl and he would still finish first. This is just the way he is. He's like a Hoover. So what I do is like I'll want to take one of the sausages out of the bun and I'll break it off and I'll give him like a quarter and she'll get 3/4 of each sausage. It's all this kind of idea of trying to make sure that I'm feeding as much as possible. With a dog that doesn't have cancer, that didn't have these issues, she'd be ballooning in weight. She'd be giant, but she isn't. And that shows that how much the tumour and the cancer is taking out of her. So that's how we fight it. When a dog is really old, you can't put them through chemotherapy. You can't put them through that kind of surgery at 16 years old. You just can't. The chances of surviving the surgery wouldn't be good. So that's the situation with Beryl and Bertie. I'm going to do another video on solar panels and that now. Pardon me. So back in a sec.